I'm ready.
Hello, people. Welcome to the Tuesday night live stream. I've got some folks with me this evening. We are actually going to be doing some Coop Life on the Coop Life server. As Night Pirate calls it, the V-Box. The Discord voice feed is the V-Box. I've got a bugged overlay. That's weird. Okay, weird. Top left corner of the live stream says it's just me, but there's actually two people with me. I've actually got the Greater C and Eridani Tribal. How are you doing today, Greater C?
I am doing all right. Been kind of a lazy day for me.
Yeah, this is the best kind of days. Eridani Tribal, how are you doing?
Recovering from smoke.
Smoke, yes.
It hasn't moved out, thankfully, for the most part, but I'm still really dry. My throat's really still sore.
I've heard tell that there has been some rain up in that neck of the woods. Is that an accurate assessment of things?
We didn't get any rain here. We had quite a bit of wind and lightning, but no wind. No rain.
Yeah, they got a lot of rain up in the Seattle area, apparently. I'm going to sleep because it's nighttime. It's always nighttime.
There's nuts.
Spoopy.
Hello, Guts.
Hi.
Did you forget it was Tuesday?
No. I was just I had some other stuff that I was busy with, and then I was, went to have a shower and I ran over slightly. So.
Okay. Let's see. Why is the voice thing not showing? It only shows certain people. I don't get what's going on here. Okay, it's bugged. What? I need to take that up with the Discord people. Some updates have gone out recently, and Discord clients. Some people are slowly getting the video calling feature, so I think certain parts of their API and their back end are a little broken right now as they get ready to roll out video calling to everybody. So, yeah. Night Bird says light rain here in San Diego, California. That's good to know.
I'd take any rain right now.
Yeah, any kind of rain would be better. That wasn't same instance was not from last night. That wasn't Greater C. That was actually Cuts. Mr. Cuts was the one that was stuck in the different instance for being penalized as a European player in Guild Wars 2.
I still don't understand that. Why even allow them to party or even join the guild if they can't play the game?
Yep, it's pretty dumb. So, yeah. I see you, Eridani.
So then. On a floating
thing.
The pallet.
Yes. I have made a floating platform to the north that will be our palette, our design master for the actual village. We're probably going to expand it some. This is just a kind of starting thing where we can start picking out some woods and whatnot. One thing I want to make sure and do, I want to come down here. I want to grab, I think, some of that. And then I'm going to wait for it to refill itself. Eventually. Not the speediest concoction in the universe, but hey, whatever. There we go.
I am stocking up on things, and then I'm going to head over there.
Things. Okay. Oh, gosh. Oh, golly gee. Berg says must have been a good shower. Yeah, it probably was. Hey, Dark Preacher, what's going on? I wish you could send... What? I wish I could send it to you. Oh, send you rain. I'm about to float away. Wow, I didn't realize it was that bad on the other coast, Donnie. Wouldn't take much to get us to float away. So dry, any large amount of rain could cause small mudslides. Wow, that sounds...
Yeah, because of how the topsoil is here. Yeah, any large amount of rain that's really dry.
That sounds terrifying.
Could cause mudslides.
Yikes. Hello, Dwayne. What's going on? Mr. Cuts has joined the game. Okay.
There's cuts.
So let's look at. I'm gonna grab one of those. There's oak. There's jungle. That's not a thing. Well, that's a thing. Okay, awesome. Is this a thing? No. That's a thing. Okay. Wait, what is this? Dark oak. How many different types of trees are there? 6?
I believe so.
Spruce, oak, birch, jungle, acacia, and dark. Okay, yeah. So what we're gonna do. I don't think we're ever gonna use the acacia. I probably don't even need to worry about putting it down. Actually, I'm not gonna. Well, we might use the logs. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, the bark was good. Just that the thorn inside the little.
Let's do
Very
that.
situational.
Oak, spruce, spruce, and do that. So that's oak. That is spruce. That is birch. Dark oak. I'm not even going to put that one down. I'll be fair. I'll put it down. Wait, I thought I... Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm losing my mind. So we're going to think about... We're going to be doing some initial planning for things because I would like to be able to get a basic design for everybody to work off of. And then from that point, go to work on fleshing things out. We can do some like planning when it comes to, you know, where things are located or how tall they are. But if we can come up with a general lexicon of looks, let's get all of this stuff and dump it in that little chest right there. Okay. Let me catch up on chat here real quick. Blue Magnus says, where are the fires out west? They're actually up northwest. They're in Canada. What is it? British Columbia?
Yep. There's well, they're calling it a apocalyptic level fire up in British Columbia.
Yeah.
I wonder how Mystic Ages is doing.
Is he up there?
Mysterious Ages, sorry. Yeah, no, he's in western side of Canada, I believe.
That's where that is.
I think he's in British
That's
Columbia.
perfect.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
where.
They also had there's some fires going in both Washington and Oregon. Not sure how contained the ones in Oregon are.
Okay. Get over here and look at these things. I've been trying to think if I wanted to do... What were you going to say, Cuts?
About one specific area of chunk models around the cave that decide that they're not going to do anything until you reload. Like, there's something about the shape of that area with the cave and the lake that it causes
That
it
happened to me 2
stick.
days ago, actually. That entire edge around the water wouldn't load until I actually forced it to load.
Looks fine.
Like this bit, just here.
What bit? Where are you? Yeah, it's fine.
Like this area of chunks.
Oh yeah, those have been doing that. Those have been doing that to me since before we started building anything.
Yeah,
But
I think it must be something to do with the shape of the overhang of the lake and everything else together. Just
Oh yeah, we didn't bust out the wall down
confusing
there.
the culling algorithm.
Whatever. It's Minecraft 1.10. There's stuff that's still broken in Forge. Anyway.
I think that's probably vanilla.
Yes, I do think it's a vanilla problem, but I think it carried over into Forge, or Forge made it worse. Yeah. Okay. So we are going to be making. We're going to have a jungle village that's going to have docks and housing and buildings. It's going to stretch out over the sand down there. So we need to start thinking about, like, what color do we want things? I tend to maybe think about using some of the darker logs, like using either dark oak or spruce for the uprights for the piers, because the support pillars for the piers, because close program to prevent information loss. Your computer is running low on memory. Okay. This is new. Hang on a sec. Give me just a second here, folks. Let me see what the heck is going on.
Now, you got what, a 16?
This is going at 6 gigs. Why do I have 6 gigs of memory on this Java instance? Because it's not set for that.
Yeah.
Okay, weird.
I mean, crap, I run mine at, I think 3.5.
I have,
Yeah,
mine,
3.5.
I have mine set to something like that. I'm going to actually disconnect and shut this down real quick and then adjust some settings. I will be back in the instance in a second, but I like
Did your
using...
not curse, but didn't your Twitch client update the new UI?
I'm not using the Twitch client. Yes,
Wow, this thing's allocated like 2 gig and it's working fine.
I'm
actually surprised it's doing so well.
Okay,
I hadn't changed any settings when I installed it, did I? So
my
Yes. Setting.
yes, my launcher, my Twitch launcher updated. No, I do not like it. Oh, those are turned off. Okay. Oh, that's hilarious. Let me try this one more time. Okay. Yeah, for those who don't know, the Twitch launcher was the Curse launcher, is now the Twitch launcher. Updated and completely changed the interface. It is way more confusing. I don't like it, and so far, most everybody I've talked to doesn't like it either. I don't know. Except for T-Love. T-Love loves it, and I think he's just wrong in the head for that.
I'll be right back. I call on him.
Yeah,
I'm wondering if I'm either really behind on the video or whether we can't hear you.
What's up? Can you hear me?
Which one of us?
Vegram's muted.
Am I?
Not anymore.
I'm not even sure how that happened. Weird. Okay. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know why, but mine was using 6 gigs of memory for the instance. Somehow the settings, the default settings in Multi-MC, you set the memory usage in the core program settings, and then it defaults to using that for any instance unless you tell it otherwise. For some reason in my Coop Life instance, those settings got turned off, so it was just kind of winging it for memory. I don't know why. That is borderline horrifying. So anyway, we are getting it started back up. If you give me just a moment. Yeah, Joni said we can hear you. Yeah, it was just the people in Discord. I think I got muted on. I don't know how that happened. Okay. I'm going to click that button and wait to load in. And then we'll switch back to footage. Let's do that and that. Swap back to that. There we go. It will catch up in just a second. Yay! It's all back. Okay, awesome. Guardian says the only good thing so far that I've gotten out of the new Twitch app is being able to catch the live streams of the Escape experience a couple of days ago. I'm not sure I know what that is, but maybe that's good. I don't get why you can't use your Minecraft instances in your game library. Yeah, they have a separate section called mods, and you have to do a plugin, or activate a plugin, basically, or what game you want it to manage on this very specific list of what curse websites there are that manage installs or that offer mods for what game. So it's like Rift and World of Warcraft and Minecraft and a couple other things. Only about 7 things, but it's still kind of weird. Anyway, it used to be a little easier to find. They moved it now, so yeah. Okay.
What I
added additional clicks to get there.
Yes, they added many additional clicks to get there. And they've made it to where it is a kind of a low contrast font on a dark background. Not great. I have a hard time reading it sometimes. I have to squint. There's probably like
At least
a theme.
it's a dark mode.
Yeah, well, I mean, it would be nice if there was a theme setting in there somewhere. Maybe there is. I haven't checked the new settings yet. I barely touched it, so who knows? World of Tanks? Oh. Yeah, Donny Mim says, I don't like it. See? Everybody I've talked to says, I don't like it. Is that StarClex copy? Yes, I think it's decaf. Can't remember. I just kind of threw it in the coffee machine. Mostly for my throat at this point. Let's see. Mr. Cuts, do you have preferences? I usually use either dark oak or spruce for the piers on the on docks, as they look more like a darker kind of wet wood.
Actually, if you want to really go for that, you could use spruce on the lower sections and then transition into oak, and then it would literally look like a waterline.
That's true. Do you want to use spruce below the water, or in water, and then oak out of water?
Or 1 or 2 blocks above it randomly. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. So we can do that, which means we are going to want to get probably, what is that? Yeah. Let's get some spruce.
Dark oak doesn't work in quite the same way because it's. I'm okay. I can't properly adequately explain it to you because you can't see color. But suffice to say, the spruce looks more like wet oak than the dark oak does.
Oh. I have heard of that being done, but I've heard of some people doing it with dark and oak or dark and spruce. So, yeah. Either way is fine with me. The actual docks, I kind of hate oak for long stretches. I think it's boring. But that's me.
Blah. A bit.
Yeah, but oak is such a default wood that everybody uses in Minecraft builds. If you Google image search on Google for, Minecraft space and then whatever build name. If they use wood, they default to oak. I would say more than 60% of the time. We have chisel, but chisel is just pattern variations on existing woods.
I think birch is too bright for it.
No, I would use birch for like the floors inside of buildings or something like that.
Yeah, it's not weathered enough for outside. It looks too much like untreated raw wood.
I was thinking like spruce or maybe jungle wood.
Jungle, if we don't use oak or birch for the exterior of buildings, would be okay.
For the walls?
Yeah, as long as we're not using... as long as we've not got oak and birch right next to jungle would work.
Then what do you say about... Let me get one more oak log. That. Do we need more of a color difference? Do we need to go oak so it looks different? Because that spruce is very similar in tone to the bark.
It is.
On oak. I actually have some tree essence in there if you want to make more wood. Because I would like to have a lighter colored wall for the buildings. Doing okay there, Greater C?
Yep. What do I want to do next?
I'm thinking lighter walls, darker roofs. Put some support columns in some of the corners or some of the space in certain points in the walls. We're not building the whole docks up here. We're just doing a segment.
I know, but what do you think?
What do you mean, what do I think?
Like an edge. Like the edge, like a lining of spruce, and then jungle in the middle.
We can do that, sure.
Because I think that looks pretty good.
Okay.
I mean, you might want to choose like a different pattern of it, but I think that color works.
I think that works fine. We're just going to want to scale this back a little bit because we're going to want to build some more stuff up here. Speaking of which, let me go get some more stone. I probably can get away with just a stack right now. Building wand. What about forestry woods like Ipe, says Dark Preacher? I think that's a good point. However, I do not have a ready supply of those tree woods and saplings, and I cannot make them with essence right now.
Remember what happened last time when we used a wood that wasn't like an easy obtainable wood?
Yeah. That I have flashbacks to Forgecraft, so I think you can borrow a few saplings from Mez. I'm sure he wouldn't mind. Yes, but we would have to set up a tree farm. We have a farm set up for a garden close set up for essence, for tree essence. We can make any of the base woods.
Yeah, an awful lot of them as well.
Yeah.
We
of any combination, so it's better to use these.
We have basically infinite vanilla wood. And I just, I get that there are some prettier woods, but unless I have already been growing them, and I have not, because it is incredibly frustrating to farm trees. Actually, I'm just going to go full stop. Mez isn't going to like me for this, but his butterflies suck. And I really hate them. I'm not being a smartass. I'm being extremely sincere here. I really hate those darned butterflies because you don't have an oak tree farm anymore. You have an apple oak tree or a silver birch tree. And you have to account for NBT. You can't just do Ordict, because if you get any other saplings that fall into the loop, then you suddenly have a birch and oak tree farm or whatever. You have to do like metadata matching and all of this stuff and account for all the different variants. And sometimes I can have 3 different kinds of silver birch saplings that don't stack, and I don't know why. It's maddening. We have a near infinite supply of tree essence. From the tree essence, we can make that. Now we can do chiseled variants of all of the woods, and we will be doing that. I'm not going to use vanilla patterns for everything. I would like to change up different patterns for the flooring, have some nice vertical boarding for the walls, stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, that has to be our palette for wood. It's just easier that way. So yeah. Somebody teleported.
Yep.
Yes, we are going to do mossy stone and mossy bricks for foundations in various places, but those are going to be farther into the actual jungle. Everything that we're doing right now is going to be on this side, beach side, basically. Going to be over here and into the jungle. If you look straight back there where my cursor is, there is a hidden temple back there, a jungle temple. Around that, I'm actually going to have Eridani and whoever else he wants to work with start doing some more structures that look like that, to look like it was almost another settlement or civilization here before we showed up. That's the intention, at least. So some larger towers and a little bit of a kind of a center area in between that's been a clearing in between the buildings, kind of a circle of buildings around it, maybe 3 new structures plus the original temple. Whatever, we're going to figure it out. But that's going to be using lots of cobblestone and whatnot. In the actual village on the beach, probably the only time you're going to see brick or stone is going to be down at sand level, supporting like the dry docks or maybe some of the bigger buildings. That's about it. So yeah. Use dark oak logs for water, then put the acacia on top, says Ferg. That's basically what we're doing here. That's what this is spruce with in the water or just above it. And then the oak is above the dry line. And
Dark oak and acacia would be way too much of a contrast. They're much further apart than oak and spruce.
that's these two right here.
Yeah.
And that would be a vast difference. Hello,
It's
Rusty
already
Osprey.
pretty high with this, but it's the closest that there is for them.
I'm a chicken. I'm designing a city. That's what's going on, Rest of Osprey. Catch up, man. This is my friend, the spider. That's my other friend, the bone chicken. You get it? You know, it's normal It's normal Minecraft crap.
Part-time bone chicken.
Yeah, part-time bone chicken. Part-time squid.
Squid.
What are you doing,
Squid by
Air Dye?
profession.
Testing out chisel patterns for concrete
Yeah, okay.
for the lighthouse.
Yeah, see, we're going to have... that's the other thing we want to do is we want to do a red and white, either a vertical striped. I don't think vertical striped. I think it's going to look bad. I would almost rather try to either stripe it or spiral it or horizontal stripe it for the lighthouse. And that's one project I want to get going this evening. Aerodani, unless you have objections, I would like to put that in the design hands for Aerodani. I mean, for Gritter C.
Okay.
I mean, help them all you want if you want to, but I would like to have one person. If there is a project being done, I would like to have one person at the head of it, so it doesn't look too Frankenstein. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Okay.
Meant the loss of the chisel concrete now that concrete's a thing in vanilla.
Yeah.
Because it had a specific it had like a wet and a dry version and a specific transition block between the two, and it could make some really nice effect.
Concrete. Yeah, there's red concrete.
Yeah, there's all the coloured ones now based on the vanilla coloured things.
And then there's powder. Yeah, some of the concrete could look really nice. I don't know. We'll see. So we're gonna do where did all the wood go? From the docks.
Oh, I still have it on. Because I dismantled.
So if we're gonna do this, basically, or a section of dock, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't know how wide you want the middle part, but yeah.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, is that as long as we do it this way, around we have a straight line, and then you just kind of go around each of the piers. You can kind of repeat this pattern and fill the gaps in between as much as you want to. Whether that be...
Yeah. Also, how far apart we're going to have the actual pillars.
That is a good point. Where would you...
I'm thinking at least 5. 5's probably a good number, because then you got like 3 in, 3 out on the pattern for the kind of edge.
Right. 5 in between or on 5?
In between. So it would be like... So what you'd have there is you'd have, 3 spruce, because they're around the pillar, and then 3 jungle in the gap, then 3 spruce, because they're around the pillar, along the 1 block in. See?
Yeah, let me... That is spruce. Put another one of those there. Oops. Do I really need more of that? I do need more of that. Oh, God. Okay. And then we could do... Basically. Right?
So you get that 3 in, 3 out pattern going between them.
That'd be good. Okay.
It's also a pretty decent gap length anyway.
That is at least one thing that we have down. We can go through and peg out the actual docks by spacing out all the where we want all the piers.
It's a decent size for kind of sailing under in a boat as well.
Temple of the Sea Goddess. I would of the Sea Goddess or the Godless. I think you mistyped that, Night Pirate. Actually, maybe you did. I've met a lot of sailors. You need an IE injector. Wait a minute, what?
Make the concrete.
Oh, an IE injector. Currently using it on my new build. Says Berg.
I made my concrete the carpenter. You added a recipe for that, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
I made my concrete and the forestry carpenter. Well, didn't think of that, so I built my silly system. Okay. Discord has a huge update for me video and screen sharing. Yeah, we were talking about that in officers chat, Dark Preacher. The wife and I both have it, apparently.
Yep, I got hit with it yesterday, I think.
I think they're rolling it out to almost everybody. They started out with 5%, and then they're like, man, it looks like it works, and then you started rolling it out to everybody else. That's my theory, at least.
Yeah.
He's in a voice chat with me, Night Pirate. Aerodynamic Tribal kind of has to be on the Discord.
Yeah.
Those two are inextricably intertwined. Okay, so we have basic design. We can vary the height on the spruce a little bit for the support pillars to kind of indicate a little bit of variance here and there. But otherwise, do we want to start looking at maybe buildings? Like what's going to be on the docks or around them? Oh, it looks horrible. I'm going to turn on. Did I get you back, Mr. Stone? I did. Hey, yeah. Awesome.
That should be big enough. Make it look more natural.
Is that going to be the base for the island you're making or what?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am making you a metric ton of concrete here today.
Oh, thank God. I was about to use wool.
Okay. So, do we want to, how bright do we want to go cuts on the walls? Do we want to use birch for the walls, or do we want to use birch for...
No, birch not for the walls unless it's an interior wall, because I do not think that having oak or birch near the jungle wood is a good combo.
So we could
They're a similar brightness, but a different hue.
We could do birch for the interior floors.
Yeah, as long as it's not in direct contact with the jungle stuff, that's fine.
Okay, so what would go with the walls then? Do we make oak walls, or do you want to go with something like jungle? No, you said jungle, no.
Well...
Acacia walls.
Oh, God.
Bit bright.
Acacia walls.
I don't know. Could do like a lower row of dark oak along the bottom, like around the bottom blocks level, and then do maybe jungle above that.
Wait a minute, do what?
Like a row of dark oak for the bottom blocks worth of the wall, and then kind of jungle above that with like log corners or something. I don't know.
I do think log corners would look good if we did something like this, and then do a secondary row above that where the rest of it would be jungle.
Yeah.
So do something like...
And similarly there'd be jungle out here at floor level, so if you stick them a couple out here next to where the birch currently is.
Wait a minute, what? Down here?
Yeah, like that, because that would be the
then we hide the
baseline
interior
for
wall.
isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. So that'll be on the outside, and that would be on the inside.
Okay.
Applying chiseling.
Yeah.
Break up
No, this is not
course,
this is not patterns. I'm not worrying about patterns right now. We can talk about patterns
I think
in a minute.
that works fine for the colors and stuff.
Okay. I'm not
Hang
going to
on,
worry.
is that meant to be the door?
No, it's just a really tall window.
Okay, cool.
Not everybody's one block tall. I can't be speciesist.
No, I meant like if it was going to be a door, the door would be one block further down, breaking through the dark oak. So.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, it actually probably is a pretty tall window.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you were making it like raised
like
one
that.
further up or anything.
Meh, whatever. Yeah, if that was going to be a door, we would do that. But then, wait a minute, wouldn't we need to have
Dark oak there.
dark oak? Okay. Yeah. I kind of miss carpenter's blocks doors because you could do half and half. You could have an upper texture and a lower texture. They're kind of nice. Look, it's nighttime. I'm going to go sleep. I'm just going to.
Hooray.
I'm going to go record that audio and just loop it for the whole live stream. I love the smoothness of concrete, says Ferg. He likes to sleep on it.
Not something you hear every day.
What? Ferg sleeps on concrete?
Someone saying, I love the smoothness of concrete.
Oh, yes.
Predar.
Yeah, Cougar says I miss Carpenter's blocks completely. I do too. There's lots I miss about Carpenter's blocks. Thankfully, there's apparently a version that's coming out for 110. I think. Everything's worked on for 110. And I'm hoping that they'll start updating to some higher versions. I'm testing another mod pack. It is a creative building pack. That is all I'm saying. That is all. Okay.
I gotta download that too.
That's not even in the private channels. I stuck that in one of the public ones. Let's
Yeah.
see. Jungle. Hello, Junglewood. Where are you? Okay. That was driving me nuts. See that? So, do we want to go with stained glass? I think that the completely smooth, streakless glass is boring. I actually have gotten to where I don't like it. I've wrapped back around.
I don't like it either.
No, I
actually.
think for things like this, the window should be very small, and probably for the 1x1, use the iron fence glass because it looks like a leaded window to me when it's.
That's just normal glass, right? Like, that's normal
Yeah,
glass chiseled.
Yes,
Yeah, okay.
but it's very not clear completely.
You're not clear. Quite opaque at times.
Yeah, I think that looks good as little 1x1 windows because it looks like leaded glass.
You look like leaded glass. I'm not caffeinated enough this evening. My zingers are subpar. Sorry, folks. When I've got a lot of caffeine, my zingers are subpar. But whatever, it's not the point. Let's not focus on details here. That is the wrong chisel. That is the right chisel. Okay. Ooh, hey. Okay. We're gonna put this in here. Iron. What is it you said? Stone framed, steel framed.
The
Ornate. Oh wait, iron fence.
iron fence. Yeah.
We could do like that.
Yep.
Okay. Doors. Thoughts? What can we? Let's do. Door. Let's search for door. Oh God. Forestry complicates everything, doesn't it?
It's like I'd say spruce, but it's like if spruce had a window in it.
Ooh, that spruce door. Oof. It's rough. The large balsa door. I'd rather not have to grow a whole bunch of.
Number 2. The
It
large.
wouldn't be the wrong color anyway, I think.
Vault door. Let's just put those for the houses. Every entrance to a house is a 3x3 with a gigantic metal vault door. Clunk. Okay, so what we would want the door to stand out a little from the jungle and dark oak, right?
Yeah, which is why I was thinking spruce, but spruce doesn't have a window in it.
Right. But you don't want birch to touch the actual jungle, so we can't use that. Does that wrap it
Birch
back around?
is way too light as well.
There's no such thing. I'm birch bias. I will admit this. I've moved on with my life. Oak. Does that mean we have oak? Is that what we're going with?
You could do, but it's not good against jungle either.
You color vision people are really picky. I swear.
I gotta keep you on track.
Do this. I'm just gonna make a big swat of doors.
It's like the vanilla jungle one is kind of like the wrong style for a pirate town.
You're the wrong style for a pirate town.
Which forestry trees do we have? Woods available for?
I think we have Frank and Bill. We might have a couple of Steve sitting around somewhere. I don't know. Literally, I don't know.
On the
Because
outside,
like that fourth one from the end, like Ipe or whatever it is, IPO, that one might work, but I don't know what it actually looks like as a block.
You got op? Cheat one in and see.
That is a good point.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that is the thing.
Duh. Let's
Do it,
see.
need to spawn in for the thing.
We'll go with the likely and most agreeable choice. Acacia, right? That's what we're going to default to first.
Epic.
I kind of, honestly, I like the look of the door. I know it's probably the wrong color, but I like the slats on the acacia door.
With jungle, it's not as far off as you'd think compared to before.
Yeah, the jungle looks nice. I like it. It's even got a slit down below for us chickens to look through. Problem is, the door
blends in.
Yeah, blends into the top half. We'd have to raise the marker line for the dark oak.
But still, this one looks like.
What is that? That's ePay. That's kind of high dollar.
I don't know, compared to some of the others, though.
Let's get, what are we doing? Jungle
I think I'm
wood?
most of it. Compared to the other ones, it looks really flat.
Oh no, that's dark oak over here. Dark oak over here. Oh, I have this turned on. Hang on a sec. There's your dirty, filthy ePay door. Dirty door. Okay. There's oak. Probably looks weird. There's spruce. I think it fits, but it doesn't have a window in it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. It would be the one that was my first thought, but it doesn't have a window, so we might have to just have houses without.
I want to point something out. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just say, looking at chat, I'm seeing acacia, palm door from Ferg, and Dragon Racer is advocating for mahogany.
Mahogany? Oak doors should be illegal. I'm sick of them. Got a lifetime of them.
Mahogany looks like a fancy house door as well, even more so than the eBay one.
Somebody said palm door. Let's look at palm doors. Yeah, Pirate of Old said palm doors are nice. That's what Barlock put in my ship.
Oh, it actually looks like it has an anchor on it.
Kuga says, high dollar? Vagrant was trying to cheap out on doors. Yes, I am. This is supposed to be a pirate town. Half of it should look like people... Yeah, people should... half of it should look like people took apart their boats and built a house. Legitimately.
Yeah. Took apart someone else's boat.
They should be on a shotgun shack in Alabama.
Mahogany. Oh, sorry. Yogscast flashback. Yes, Shin had a, let's say, over-enthusiasm for mahogany. Hello, Akalik. What's going on? And, yeah, you just got ousted for spamming emoji. Congrats on that.
That's how it is sometimes.
Please do not spam emotes. Yes, 2. 2 is fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. I really think they should have pitched the door sounds up and down a little bit for each wood, but I'm not going to be that picky. It is Minecraft. I'll take what I can get.
I mean, I will be.
As long as it functions like a door, we're all, and as long as it works as a door, it doesn't crash the game like Miles' doors does, we're all good.
Jungle. Need more jungle wood. Let's see. Do this and do this to get a really good comparison. So we can see the over-under, so to speak. I'm sorry, I have to oust Jungle Door. I love the cutouts, but it is completely wrong otherwise.
It'd be okay if there was a like edge around the wood, but we'd have to chisel on every one, and that'd just be a pain.
We can't chisel doors.
No, on the wood around it. You'd have like a thin, dark oak bit around the frame of the door.
No, we're not doing that. I'm borrowing
Exactly.
I'm borrowing fine-tuned chiseling around every single door in this place.
Well, yeah, I mean that's just what I said.
Yeah.
That it would be impractical.
And again, dark oak just doesn't fit. I think we're gonna have to go with spruce unless. Tell you what, pop out palm door look like? You want to bust one of those out?
Give me a sec. Need to switch upon item mode.
I will admit, I have that command as a hotkey.
What command?
Switch between insert and wrestling mode.
Oh, yeah. If we're talking about working coffee makers, 2 is fine, 3 is a fetish. Okay. I kind of hate to admit this, but I think I like the palm doors.
They kind of look so flat, but fair enough.
What do you mean they look flat? It's Minecraft.
There's a lot more shading, is what I mean.
This thing has no shading on it. Not really. The spruce door?
Yeah, it doesn't have much. But it's also high contrast compared to the palm wood. Sorry, jungle wood.
Yeah, well, this thing looks 3D because it's got the cutouts. I kind of like this. I do think... What is this inset that the anchor is made out of? Is that what color is that?
Golden, like brass kind of color.
Okay. Then I think it could be... If that's the case, it could be construed as either gold or brass. If it's brass, there's a gazillion brass fittings on a lot of even midline ships, so I don't think that's very far-fetched.
Yeah, brass is a really
yeah, I mean, it's correctly themed.
So, okay, if we're talking doors, this means we need a lot less of this wood, right?
Yeah.
We're still going to need some, though. Do we
It's still forestry.
Yeah, well... I mean, if we can plant them, we can manually harvest them. I'll do it in batches. But we're going to need a... palm sapling. Date palm sapling. That's the same thing.
Probably what makes more fruit.
Jungle sapling and a papaya sapling. Yeah, jungle plus papaya. Papaya? What? Is it papaya wood? There is
a tree, but I'm not sure it has a separate. Or you're looking at doors there, man.
Barkified papaya wood. Yeah, papaya wood.
Yep.
There is papaya wood. Okay.
Oh.
Slightly green, kind of yellow brown.
There's a door for it too. I'm not sure I would. Yeah, I have no clue what color this stuff is.
Yellowish, so
Gross.
off from the brown. The stuff we have is more of a red brown than a yellow brown, so it would be a bit off. Jungle is reddish.
I see a spider outside my door.
Ooh.
Oh god.
Name is giving about the palm is that it's very orangey. I'm stuck in a corner. Great, I can't actually get down.
Whose fault is that?
The devs.
Guy who made Metamorph?
Yep. I think I kind of like the difference that because the palm one pops a little bit more, and if it's going to be doors, we're talking a far more limited amount of wood that we would need for that, as opposed to making actual like parts of the structures out of that wood. Use the palm wood door for the outside door, and the spruce for the rum center. What? We don't have a rum center.
See, my only thing I have is concern about it is that it's more saturated again. It is to jungle wood as jungle wood is to oak.
What are you talking about?
The color.
It looks nice. Who cares? We're moving on. I'm literally not going to satisfy him on wood color combination, so I'm putting my foot down. We're not having another roof, okay? We're not going through that again.
Oh, it looked good when it was done, though.
Says you.
Half killed me to make.
You know what it looked like to me? A roof.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's all it looked like, though. When I looked at that roof later after it was done, it did not scream to me of high quality and you know, amazing. It screamed to me of, oh God, why would somebody do that to themselves on purpose? Well, I mean,
if that feature that I was promised had actually been put in, it would have been so much easier.
Yeah, don't ever plan stuff based upon what a dev says. I've learned that a long time ago. They are flighty beasts and given to given to forgetting such promises. All this stuff and put it in there. Okay, we're not using. I heard somebody make a noise. Eridani is muted. You can't even hear us. I don't know what's going on with him. Okay.
I'm sure we'll find out.
Okay. Put all that back. So we need to get some palm trees. I don't know if we have any, though. Barlock apparently has some. It's pirates. Pirates do not color coordinate. They only coordinate when they're attacking coastal town.
Creatures on top of that.
Yep.
Yeah, you said it had a sudden influx of stupid people. Did school just get out in some time zone? Let's see. Okay.
I know it's starting up in some.
Goodbye, child.
Someone hasn't seen Bodacious Pirates. That sounds like a porn. I am not going to Google that name.
God. Where's that block?
I'm not taking the risk.
Okay, I'm not gonna worry about the roof just yet, but I am thinking mostly dark oak and the usage of slabs. I want the roofs to be flatter. I don't really
Yeah, sure.
I don't really think we should have a lot of tall, peaky roofs. That doesn't really make sense to me when it comes to a shanty town.
You could maybe if for instance you had them like lining a pier or something, you know, like wider with hanging over the side, the roof should maybe start high on the inside and slope outward towards the water, maybe like 2 slabs wide, like, you know, 2 for each half level, so 4 blocks for 1 block height.
Okay.
Something like that. That might look good.
Hey, what? Let's see if we can make some dark oak again real quick. Let's get that papaya off the search engine. Wood essence. What is the dark oak pattern? There it is. That. I'm gonna do that. Do you want to? Is that? Yeah, that's off. Okay. You want to do a quick example of what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Okay.
just a sec. I've got to find where the heck the binding is for sorting because I want to turn the dang thing off. Keeps happening.
It's probably the R key.
Yeah, but
I think it's just in standard keybinds. I can't remember what section it's under though. Yeah. Bodacious Space Pirates, it's on Crunchyroll. Definitely never Googling that image, that by title. Because it definitely sounds wrong now that I know it's anime.
right. You got any more jungle?
I don't have it on me, but I will put the essence back in the box and you can make more. Our preacher says, "Manborg" in all caps. What?
You mean
Borg.
what? It was you. It's you because of you. We know about it.
Yes, I know, but just screaming it. Oh, says the man who watched him, Borgman. Okay, he was correcting Ferg. Never mind.
Ah.
Yeah, we watched a movie about last night called Borgman. Manborg? Borgman. Yeah, see, now I'm doing it. Yeah, we watched a movie called Manborg last night. It is kind of a dumb name, and it was pretty weird.
Like that.
Would you want to do a step up here as well? Like raise it up one more for the center of the structure, or just have it flat all the way across?
Flat, and you'd have the actual houses would be of varying heights.
Well, yeah,
slightly.
I figured we'd have,
but kind of sloping down outward, so that water doesn't end up in the middle of the street, so to speak. It ends up off the side of the pier.
Wait, this is the walkway towards the middle.
Oh, hang on, yeah, I put it wrong way around. Yeah, other way around. Imagine the side you're in and the inside. Oops.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna chop this down real quick. That's supposed to be what, higher? And if this was outside behind it, I'm gonna, let's do another side to this. I'm gonna get some birch, some, what are we doing? Dark oak and jungle wood. Oh, you're just gonna, okay, never mind. I was going to build the other wall so you could stretch it across, but whatever.
There you go. Congress.
So this would be sloping out over the actual gaps in between buildings, the backs of buildings, basically, like where the water is or whatnot.
Yeah, it would go down until off the edge or whatever.
Okay. I'm gonna sleep again. Hashtag Manborg. Yeah, if you haven't watched Manborg on Amazon Prime, I highly recommend that you set aside 2 hours to, or well, actually about an hour and a half, I think, to waste, and watch that movie because it is hilariously bad.
It's so bad, it's good.
Yep. Okay. So now what we need to start looking at, I just kind of realized this beach is almost shaped like the United States. We just
I see that.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's like Texas is right down here. This is Texas.
There's Florida over there.
Yeah, we keep having to rebuild Florida because it gets wiped out by hurricanes. This part of the town would be all rednecks with guns. Let's see. Right around here would be crazy people that live up in the mountains. Way over here is where all the sparkly people that have no contact with reality live. Yeah. Makes sense. I see it. Anyway. Okay, so we have some basic choices on what we're going to be doing how. We have at least a starting point for the docks. Now I think we should probably consider starting to make some actual wood and putting some piers down. Piers. Weird word. The piers are spruce and oak.
Oh, courtesy.
Yes.
Do you have a chisel?
Oh, yes, I do.
Okay. Didn't also give you one.
Oak.
I reckon the cutoff for switching should be randomly like 1 or 2 blocks above the water level. Tending for most to be 1.
Well, for now, what we're going to do over the sand, it's just going to be all oak, right? Or are we going to have some sticking up that's going to be...
On this level, where it's 1 above the water, it should still be some because of tide.
This is Minecraft. We don't have tide.
Or, you know what I mean? It could look like tide. Why would you have to have it up on piers anyway, over the sand?
I mean, technically, we don't need piers. It's Minecraft. There's no gravity. We could have it all floating above the earth. This is one of the primary.
Recognition 7.
We can we could put little futuristic energy engines across the bottom of all the piers, like Jetsons era pirate towns. Yeah, exactly.
Or fossil lift.
Wait, what was it? Bodacious space pirates? Whatever. I don't know.
Space.
Yeah. The trailer makes it look like a tween version of Captain Harlock. See, that just almost triggers a gag reflex and makes me nauseous.
I can only imagine what the costumes are like there.
Yeah, if you're talking about something called Bodacious Space Pirates, and you're advertising it as a good thing of a tween version of Captain Harlock, you've already failed your mission. Sorry.
Mission to convert has failed.
Exactly. As bad/good as Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. At one point in time, I would have advertised Attack of the Killer Tomatoes as a good, bad movie. Now, I think it's gotten to the point where the funny parts of it have not aged well enough to consider it a good, bad movie. I think it's just a bad movie. It's still fun to watch, but that's because I like those kinds of movies. It's like a Killer Clowns from Outer Space. You're going to get enjoyment out of that once, and then the gimmick is worn off. So, yeah.
Never again.
Blue Magnus says, that's it. Start building the piers, everyone. No pressure, though.
There's no gravity. There's no pressure.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so what we're going to do out here, we're going to have at least one block of spruce. And then on the 2 high, we're going to do, and higher, we're going to do, what is this? All oak. So, Mr. Cutts, you have specific places where you want to start this? What I'm thinking is...
No particular preference.
Oh, yeah, here's a thought. How wide do we want to make the dry dock?
Well, if we have the main normal piers be 5 wide, between 7 total wide, so that basically the pillars are spaced in a grid with 5 blocks between them in each direction. So a 7x7 grid, basically. Not 6x6, then, I guess. 7 if you include them as both corners, but whatever, 5 between them. We could just take out like 2 rows of them or whatever and have it triple width or something.
Okay. I'm just starting an arbitrary place. If somebody wants to 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. Oh, yeah. That would bug me. There's 1 high, which means I would do something like that. Oh, no, that's not. But yeah, that is. Okay, yeah.
That's right.
That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Go away. Nobody till Sice. I hit a sheep.
Sheep.
And then we have to raise this up to what level?
Level with that top of the cliff here, something.
Okay. Once we get out over, when we get close to the water, we're probably going to have some lowered pier segments, dock segments.
A side bit that comes out with a lower slope for stuff to moor against.
probably going to be something like that.
Free.
Ooh, hey. Starting to get some progress. Okay. We actually have the basis of a lighthouse of some kind. I missed Princess Bride. Bummed I missed it. We were supposed to watch, along with Princess Bride, the Never-Ending Story, but it was bugged on Amazon's end. And we couldn't watch it.
It became a never-starting story.
Yes, the never-starting story, exactly. Never-starting story. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 5. This is where people should start getting happy because this is actually the beginnings of something. 2, 4, 5. We're not digging a hole.
First hour. Well,
Yeah.
first hour was color noises.
Yep. We have to stare at swatches all day.
Yeah, it was you guys started watching, and me at the coop just watching Kong. Literally.
Wait a minute, what? Something's wrong here.
Yeah, there's 4 here.
How'd that happen? Okay, hang on a sec. I could have sworn I counted this right. Apparently not. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Buck says everybody was screaming in chat. You're off by 1. Honestly, we probably could have left it and said that was a center line, but whatever. 4, 5, Kerplunk, I think. Nope, let's reset that. Can I reset this now? Yes. Yes, please. What? No. There we go. That's 5. Yay.
This is 4.
What? No, I'm counting it before I move it. Well, that's too far back. Okay, hang on. I swear I'll get it eventually. Okay, now it should be 5.
There's a 4 over here.
Yeah.
I was drunk at the time.
Drunk on not coffee.
Yes, exactly. Air Downey found it. He gets to fix it. Ah.
5, 1.
It's like Futurama, where Bender gets blind stinking sober.
Do that, and then...
Or-
Do that right there. How's the lighthouse going? Am I out of?
Good
yeah,
so far.
Good so far? Is good
Yep.
so far. Let's get some more of that.
I mean, we'll see what happens when I rig up the lamps.
All concrete lighthouse catches fire. 4, 5.
Miracle
No, more
science.
me trying to suppress curses as I work with redstone.
What's going on here? Yep. Apparently I'm drunk again. Cannot explain what's going on. I just cannot count, but it's only in short bursts. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that one lines up with the other ones. Okay. Which means this one should be, what, there-ish? That looks right. Blech. That's beat me to it. Okay. I'm not dead set on how big, but this is at least a good starting point.
It's easy enough to pull them down after anyway.
Please tell me I'll line that up. Dear God, I did. That needs to be swapped. One of those. Wait, what? Yeah, okay. Means this needs to go. Ooh, okay. I see now. Wrong way. Crap. Hey, keyboard monkey, what's going on? How's your evening going? I have either Gummy Bears, Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, or Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers running through my head at least once a day. Yeah, I was singing Gummy Bears, the Gummy Bears cartoon song yesterday. Gummy Bears. Yeah, it's a really dumb song.
Here and there and everywhere.
Exactly. High Adventure. It's beyond compare. They are the Gummy Bears. I just joined the broadcast.
Hoping you. I hope that was like typo. If you're missing the O and D.
I have no clue. Let's get this. Look at this. Yeah, there's one block of obsidian here. We were talking about this last live stream, I think. Weren't we? Didn't we clear this block of obsidian?
It was a different one under in front of the island.
Different one.
Oh, okay. Weird. Okay.
It's a very municipal looking lighthouse there.
I try.
I mean, for a pirate town, it seems a bit.
What?
Well, that like. Would it be? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's a hodgepodge of everything anyway.
I figure if you're going to not skimp on one thing in the whole town, it's the lighthouse. At least that's what I would think.
Or maybe they took the harbor. Raised everything but the lighthouse.
Maybe they stole another town's lighthouse. Like
who knows? Maybe it's one of the lost Russian ones.
The lost Russian one? What?
Well, they've lost a load of lighthouses. There are Soviet-era lighthouses along the northern coast of Russia that no one knows where they are anymore because they weren't the records were lost, that are powered on plutonium.
That seems mildly distressing.
This is Russia and the Soviet Union we're talking about. They lost nuclear warheads. I'm pretty sure they can lose the lighthouse.
Nope, too high. Gonna be one right there. What are you doing?
One high for the stuff.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, getting a bit lag.
All the wood. I occasionally get Samurai Pizza Cat stuck in my head. I don't know the song to that one. I vaguely remember the cartoon, but I don't remember the theme song to it. Dark Preacher says, everyone, man your posts. Sir, the whole town is nothing but posts.
Posts.
Does it man them?
So you can lose anything if you try hard enough. That is a good point, Keyboard Monkey.
That is a great point.
Yeah, Soviets had nuclear-powered icebreakers. That is actually 100% true. Okay, so we have an array of wood sticking out of the sand.
Yes.
Like some weird modern art installation. Representation of man's inhumanity to man. Or something, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, and I'm thinking we could take out a double row. These two double rows right here, maybe? I don't know. Not like all of them, but there is a tree exactly where I want this. Oh, this is perfect. Unless Cut's already put that there.
Yeah, I put that post there.
Okay. Never mind. It was fortuitous for a second, then Cut screwed it up.
Gee, thanks.
You're welcome. I'm hitting invisible leave. I really hate this desync thing. It's stupid. Let's do this. Are you... What am I stuck on? This is the part I don't like. Is you get these invisible blocks and it's not... You gotta log out to find them. Yep. Okay. Hang on a sec. Stuff I can't see. Let me disconnect. And reconnect. Nuclear-powered mounts, which is why they should not have a Stargate. I keep thinking about going back there and rewatching the Stargate SG-1 every once in a while.
It was on Prime, but it's not there anymore.
It was on what?
It was on Amazon Prime, but they took it up a couple of months back. It's really sad. I was like, I'm gonna watch all of it. SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe, back to back, like 5 days into it.
Back to back, that's a lot of stuff.
That is 10 seasons of SG-1, 5 of Atlantis, and 2 of Universe. Plus the movie, and then the 2 direct-to-DVD movies.
Yeah, in defense of that craziness, I was going to do the exact same thing, so... I
hadn't done it in years, actually watching every episode.
Every like 2 or 3 years, I just binged the entire series, because I really did love it. They were on Prime, but they got removed. Keyboard Monkey said, wait a minute, what? Stargate SG-1, Atlantis, and Universe. All 10 seasons on DVD of the Blue Magnus, but I'm a nerd. Yeah, I wish that's one of those things I wish I could get on DVD, but I just can't justify it.
Yeah, that's...
I don't own DVDs anymore, not really. I got a small collection of stupid monster movies, and that's about it. Okay. Yeah. Let's see if I do...
Return to your posts.
That does not work. So I have to do... There we go. That kind of works.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I have a pretty good feeling of why the shows Prime. They're going to be doing that whole Stargate Origins thing on their own network. They pulled it off Amazon so they can put all the seasons on their own network.
They are
pay for yet another streaming service. And no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
That basically means that people are just going to pirate it.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's that's the route they want to go. Okay.
Fair enough.
There is not a thing there. I promise you.
It's the same thing with CBS and Star Trek Discovery. Well, I may not be excited about Star Trek Discovery, I would have sat down and watched a couple episodes of it just to see what it was about. If it was on Netflix or even just plain old TV. I have DirecTV even though I don't use it. I would have used it to go watch it, but no. They put it on their own streaming.
Is this where we get to bash some of the new ideas that these people are coming out with?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, Star Trek Discovery is not going to last. It's going to survive one season and then get killed. Nobody's going to.
It's going to pull the same thing that Universe did. It's going to get canceled 1 or 2 seasons in. I'm sorry.
It's not going to last 2 seasons. I don't think it's going to last 1 season, to be brutally honest. They're going to put out, I think, half a season, and then they're going to come film the other half of that season and then put it out in a second chunk. I don't think it'll ever come back on the second half. I really don't. It's not going to motivate subscriptions to the CBS All Access thing. I've known like one or two people that have access to that. One of them is my dorky middle brother. That's just, enough said on that front. Number 2, a different studio owns the rights to the movies than the TV shows. And the new studio that owns the rights to the new TV show doesn't own the rights to the old ones. So you're not going to get Next Generation and DS9 and Voyager put on that CBS All Access because those are still owned by Paramount Studios.
Yep. Not CBS.
Right. So it's dumb. It just doesn't make any sense. They're just going to have Stargate Discovery. It's also the fact that making Stargate Discovery basically means
Discovery.
Star Trek Discovery. Sorry, if they're making Star Trek Discovery, they're basically rebooting the Kelvin universe. The movies that have been doing...
Again, it's a reboot of a reboot.
Yeah, well, basically the movies with like Chris Pine and all those people, the Star Trek Beyond and all that. Star Trek Beyond basically bombed at the box office. Paramount lost a massive bankroll of money on it, and that was probably the last movie you will see in that timeline. Yes, they have said that they have greenlit a new 4th Star Trek movie, but it's probably never going to get filmed. I think that is
sad. I actually liked Beyond. I actually did.
I did too.
I think they were pretty good, the first 2.
Yeah,
I'd actually seen the third one.
The first 2 were really good. The third one I thought was good. I did not think it was quite up to par with the other ones.
It was getting to the point of like, wait, the Enterprise got destroyed again? Because it just kept happening even within those 2. So it was just like.
Let's get.
And then we have Stargate Origins, which they're only going to air 10-minute episodes.
They're 10-minute.
Excuse me?
The entire season, first season that's going to come out, is going to be 1 hour. That's only 6 episodes.
Yeah. And they're 10 minutes each.
Yeah, and the second half is supposed to be another 6 10-minute episodes, which is going to be second half, basically second hour.
Is this the dry dock?
That's what I was thinking, is at least one stretch of it.
I suggested taking out a second set of pillars.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out which one I want that to be. I'm trying to think if I want to do it this row.
I'd say maybe put back the ones you've taken out and make it these 2 rows.
I'm lazy, so how about we keep that 1 row and make it another one?
Okay, we'll reshape the sand around it then instead.
What do you mean,
I was thinking this is the bit that's kind of the inward sticking bit of the sand.
The inward sticking bit? What are you talking about?
Yeah, on the edge here, there's
there's gonna have to be a giant stone foundation under this thing.
Also the same with the whole Stargate Origins thing. Same thing. Why I fear, just like how I fear Emmerich coming back to reboot the series with the 2 movies he meant to do. We all saw how the second day worked out. Not at all.
You're breaking up a little bit on me here, Donnie.
Am I?
A little bit. It's probably just me, though. My internet has been less.
It may be the internet.
It's my Comcast has been less than amazing as of late.
Anyway, Stargate Origins. I fear the reboot that Emmerich was going to do, because we all saw how Independence Day 2 went over with the general crowd badly. I don't trust his writing ability right now.
I would like to point out that Stargate Universe was a reboot.
It was still a continuation.
What?
Stargate Universe was a reboot. It was pitched as a reboot, but then, and when they started doing the series, It was supposed to be a reboot, but then they said, oh, wait a minute, we need some name recognition and actor recognition so the original viewers will watch it. Let's bring back some of the old cast. So the old cast existed in a new universe where none of their adventures happened yet. That is literally what Stargate Universe was.
But the timeline starts after a lot of the stuff.
Yeah, timeline starts after Atlantis. Jack's in charge of Homeworld Security.
Yes, I know, but that was specifically done to bring in old viewers on the new show because it was supposed to have a different vibe. It was supposed to be nitty gritty and, you know, dark and real and, you know, rough and realistic.
It's a bad idea.
They switched the timeline to be the old one rather than and added on to the end rather than making it a different timeline though. Because it just continue on from thence.
It's basically what the show is supposed to have been is they have some of the original people from Stargate SG-1, but none of the stuff that actually happened in Stargate SG-1 that would have shaped everything had anything to do with. That's one of the reasons why they set it the way it was. And it was so far out in the universe. And it was supposed to be done where they were on a gate ship that was going across the universe and seeding these gates. But the gate ship wasn't made by the gate creators. Even though it was. It's like a new gate creators or something. It was very confusing with the actual backstory because they kind of tried to separate themselves from the old series, but not really. And I never really understood it. So it was, I liked the series. I think towards the end, it really came into its own. It was a pity it got canceled.
Yes, season 2 actually was ramping up and then it ended. Just like how season 3 and 4 of Enterprise is ramping up and then it got cut.
Yeah, Wirewolf says
potential.
Yeah, Wirewolf says the Stargate cartoon was horrid. Yes, Stargate Infinity. We don't talk about Stargate Infinity.
I never watched it. Well, I never watched it.
Stargate Infinity didn't happen. That's not a thing.
I counted them as canon of that series, and I count the animated series of Star Trek as canon.
You're reshaping Texas. What are you doing?
He's removing Texas.
I'm just trying to understand why.
It's seceding.
It's a what?
Leaving the Union.
Again.
Cuts?
Mm-hmm.
You're editing Beach. Why are you editing Beach? Why are we worrying about it?
Well, to have the bit at the front of it before the stone foundation kicks in. Or whatever. Or wood supports, or whatever it's going to be.
What are you talking about, the dry dock?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's going to have a stone foundation, I figured, probably up until...
I mean, wouldn't it be... I don't know at what point whether it would be or not, whether it would be built on supports, sloped supports.
Well, no, that's the thing, is that it's going to have sloped supports from here out to the water, and it's going to come out to where the rest of the actual piers were. I was actually going to leave some of the ones at the front that got taken out.
But how would the ship go between?
What?
How would the ship go between if you still had some support?
Okay, hang on a sec. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's right there. And then... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, it works. Okay, so basically there has to be a stone foundation to support the actual building weight of the building, which means that a big chunk of this sand is going to get replaced with a stone foundation that would have a kind of a wood V shape on top of it, right?
Okay.
Kind of a wood scaffolding, basically, to hold up the sides of the ship. Then there is going to be some solid wood structure that's got some support beams on the outside. So it would be something like, I think...
Oh, you mean the ones that are being left out are low because they're underneath it rather than being... Okay.
Right. These are actually going to be supporting a structure where it's at the end of the stone... Yeah, at the end of the stone foundation, probably out all the way out into, I don't know, here-ish?
Yeah, when you said it sounded like you meant that they would be left as they were, like high, and I'm thinking, like, how does the ship get out there?
No. No, they would be lower, but they would get left. So, like, if we're going to do the same kind of a shape, we do one here, we do one here, and But then, like...
Yeah, because I figured it'd be coming into the water around here anyway.
And see, we could do, if we wanted to... Well, yeah, no, that's facing the wrong way. Evil. That. And then that. So there's kind of that V shape going, and then we'd have a support scaffold on that for the ship sliding out. Or getting wenched back in. Does that make sense?
I don't know about this height though. I think it'd be...
What, this thing right here?
Yeah, the height of it. Like, if
no,
it's
this
coming
is
down
just,
to the point where this is the water.
This is just a marker, man. It's just a marker. Ignore
Cool.
it.
Okay. Yeah, if it's coming down to the water around here, that's what I was expecting.
Yeah,
so.
no. This is going to be like, if we did another 2, 3, 4, 5, plunk. Hey, I got it right. And then we would have, I think that one, maybe. And actually, we could probably just, if we wanted to, we could lower these down one more step. We have one there. What did I do with the sand? There's the sand. And then here, do one up, and then two up. That makes sense? So there's kind of like a slope, a little bit of, and there's going to be some kind of a, a V-shaped kind of a structure, kind of I don't know, maybe slabs or something. Because we don't want it too sharp of a V. It's got to be kind of, wide, but.
Yeah, it would have to be made. It all would be for the shallowness of the slope.
Yeah, but then like back here, right up against this wall, we're going to have a big, hefty thing of stone, and we're going to have some like wench work on it. Like it looks like there's these big wenches that have the ropes that would normally go out, and you would latch onto the ship and draw it into dry dock with. And those have to be anchored to something pretty heavy. So I was thinking a lot of stone down here that would just tie directly into the stone foundation. Right?
Oh, it's a shame that I'm thinking, like, hang on a second. Where's the temple? Oh, too far away.
No, the temple's also kind of more off to the... It's nighttime again.
Yeah, I saw it.
What do we have in the way of redstone cabling other than XNet?
Technically, there's redstone cabling in IE, but at present it is hideously broken. It'll pop off its connectors every time we restart the server.
Cool.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome. It's great. It's a great feature.
The actual stuff, don't we have like... Yeah, we have Super Circuit Maker, so you can compress any other stuff. It's just getting it to there through the wiring that's the problem.
Yes.
Yeah, that's specifically, I was trying to find a way to hook up a daylight sensor to the lamps.
Shran was set to join the crew? What are you talking about? Dark Preacher says...
I'm not sure.
Dark Preacher says, bad TV, you mean like Dresden Files on series on Sci-Fi? The Dresden Files is not bad sci-fi. It's a good series. The problem is, not the Dresden Files. That was the fatal flaw with it. It's a great otherwise. If you peel the name off, it's like the movie with Will Smith called Wild Wild West. I'm serious. Did anybody actually watch the original series? I grew up watching reruns. I grew up watching reruns of the original series. It's a great show, and it was basically Cowboy James Bond. And it was like everything was steampunk, and there was a limitation of how small and high tech they could make things, and it was neat. It was a very cool, very clever show, and I really did love it. And that movie had nothing to do with the original show, and it was an abomination. So if you peel off that Wild Wild West label, suddenly the Will Smith movie is a good movie. It's just not Wild Wild West. Same thing with Dresden Files.
It was good fun. It was just
not
I don't know
the
what I was trying to be.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, the Dresden Files is basically the exact same way. Also, I tried reading the Dresden Files. I can't. I don't like it. What's his name's writing style? What was the name of the spaceship Sim series on Sci-Fi? Sim series? What? Yeah, see, Donnie, Pirate of Old says, Wild Wild West was awesome. It was a great show. It really was. If you can look up episodes of the original Wild Wild West series on like YouTube or something or whatever, go look it up. It's great to go watch some. Briscoe County Jr. was great. Yeah, it was closer to the old Wild Wild West TV than the movie was. 100%. I remember the Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. Yep. Okay. So I'm thinking probably back to about 1, 2, 3, 5 plonk. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I totally food bar that? I think I got it. Yeah, okay. So it's going to be that line of the Dreadhawks. Which means we probably want to put another row of piers on each side of this structure. Because I could see smallish shacks, like if we're going to have a walkway right here on either side of the dry docks, I could see some houses being dotted alternately over here, which means we probably want to do...
Yeah, we need stuff going out. I was thinking of having one come out here, but then turn to go further out into the water.
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to just kind of do a dog leg out kind of a thing, we could do something else over here. Well, actually, I think we're just going to normal row over here. I know it's riveting watching us putting logs in the ground, but, some of these same people watched us dig a hole, so a question of sanity. Farscape was awesome. Farscape season 1 and 2, and I think 3 was awesome. After that, Farscape was dumb. And yes, I realize that is probably the wrong opinion to have, but at the beginning of a season, they had a new character, a new, integral, important, key character show up that was completely annoying that they didn't explain.
Oh, wonderful.
Have you ever seen the show?
No, I haven't. I need to watch it.
Yeah, okay.
Not in a while.
There's a point, like 4 seasons in, I can't remember, I think it's 3rd or 4th season. Suddenly this old lady shows up, and she's got an eyeball in the middle of her forehead. And she's, they refer to her as grandmother or something, I can't remember. And she can make these potions and stuff like this. And it's like, where did that character come from? What's going on? You cannot just drop in new entities like that.
Completely forgotten her.
Yeah, right?
Preach. Wait, you're doing stuff? We're too busy debating sci-fi shows.
Exactly. Some of the cast moved on to Stargate. That was Granny. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Kugas. Some of the cast moved on to Stargate after that show got canceled. They didn't move on to...
Claudia Black and Ben Browder moved on to Stargate.
They did not cancel Farscape because they moved on. They moved on because Farscape was canceled. You have it backwards. So yeah, it's I don't know. I'm gonna do...
I love Claudia's performance in Fallen. Oh my god.
2, 3.
5. I know we have it set so operations don't take power with XNet, but does the controller still need power in it to even start?
Nope.
Okay, good. I'll just set that up then.
I mean, it'll work without power, even with the default settings.
Oh.
It won't do anything. I'm going to be weird. And I'm going to stop this right there. Yeah, I liked sci-fi. Farscape at the start. I thought it was great sci-fi. But there was a point where suddenly they started making pretty critical changes to the show, basically between seasons without informing the viewers, and that was kind of a bad move on my part. It's like Battlestar Galactica, the new one that they did. BSG. Yeah, BSG, the new one that they did. I remember the old one. I grew up watching reruns of that. I grew up watching the originals and the reruns. I am just old enough to remember that show when it was airing for the first time. And the new show was great. I thought it was a mix-up. Starbucks a Girl, who cares? The show's still amazing around that actress. And the actress was still amazing. So I'm okay with this, It was one of those things where they ended season 2 on this gritty cliffhanger. And then season 3 came back. And it starts off with, and I quote, 1 year later. I'm like, that's it. I'm gone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
It killed the show. Viewership for the show dropped like a brick overnight.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I can
year
understand
later?
like maybe a day later, or maybe even like a couple of days later, but an entire year.
This thing here, I was just trying to sync another post, and I was like, hang on a minute, that looks a bit. Oh, we've gone off the edge of the shelf. Okay.
The edge of the shelf? What? Oh yeah. Did it just drop off suddenly?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. They just kind of butchered that show for me. Yeah, it might have been amazing after that, but I don't care. It was a totally different show after that. It was not the same. I'm going to put that up because it will need it more.
Dang it, I missed.
You missed?
Well, yeah, I can't see a damn thing when I'm down that low.
You want to borrow my helmet? Come here. Where are you? Spider cuts. Spider
Under the water.
cuts. Spider cuts. Does whatever a spider cuts. Where'd you... Oh, there you are.
Hooray.
You need it again?
I'll just switch to squid to be.
Okay. Never mind.
It's easier.
Okay. I keep thinking about doing a 2-hour, like a live kind of conversational podcast about certain subjects like this, just, I don't know, live stream it on Sunday nights or something and just talk, get some people in a chat and talk about, specific shows. Well, I think it'd be cool. You just kind of spitball for 2 hours, but whatever.
Yeah.
Night Pirate says, I loved Buck Rogers. There's still some humanity left in the world. That's good to know. I remember the original Buck Rogers was airing up against the original Battlestar Galactica. So the second season of Buck Rogers, they made these massive changes where suddenly he's on a spaceship out in deep space, the Explorer. And they added new cast members and stuff for the second season of Buck Rogers. And they basically kind of reboot the show, basically, but with the same cast for the second season because it was going up against Battlestar Galactica for the second season and they wanted it to do better. So, yeah, it was really weird. I almost got a box set of that signed by Gil Gerard, but I didn't have $60, so hey. Like for the signing, not for the box set. I already had the box set.
Yeah.
Okay, let me pull this. Oh, first things first. Don't need that anymore. I'm going to put that up. Don't need that for the time being. I don't even know what I'm doing with some of this other garbage. Sapling. Seeds. Oh, shitty. Been an hour and 45 minutes of yammering about sci-fi shows. Good God. Oops. Wow, that's a lighthouse. Oh, okay. Cool. I like it. Get some more oak. Oops, I might have overdone that. Whatever. And let me get you on chat here for just a second. Remembers Earth 2, speaking of bad sci-fi, Earth 2 was good sci-fi. I liked Earth 2. It was just underexplained. Actually, no. I think it started off good. It was a great premise, but it got bad by the end of the first season because suddenly they went to this new planet. They were trying to, humanity was doomed and planet Earth, yada, yada, and all this stuff. And when they get there, there's unknown hazards. But then by the time the end of they discovered halfway through the season that they weren't alone on the planet and that they landed on. There were these aliens that were living there underground. And that's the point where it started to get kind of weird and magical and spiritual. And that's when the show went downhill. I think it started off good. It got bad. League podcast. I vote yes, says Dragon Racer.
I mean...
Hey man, I do nothing on Sundays. I don't go anywhere.
Star Hunter. I don't remember that show. That's interesting. Yeah. See, Dark Preacher says to Xylus, "You shut your mouth. I liked Earth 2. First of all, Earth 2 had Clancy Brown in it. Okay, anything that Clancy Brown does is automatically golden. I'm sorry. I can listen to that man read the phone book and it will still get ratings. He's one of those voice actors that, such and such plays tough guy voice number 64 or whatever it is. Tons of cartoon bad guys. And he does, he's done at least a voice in the Transformers movies in the last several years. Every single one. Clancy Brown does something. He's one of those voices that are just amazing. Anyway, Earth 2 was the one where they came from a space station. Yeah, no, it was a big ship that they shot into deep space towards this other planet. And basically, they were waking up when they were getting into orbit, and something was wrong. The ship got sabotaged. And it was supposed to be this interpersonal drama where they had a lot of these people that were from different walks of life and different kind of economic strata that were trying to start new on the new Earth because basically the environment had been polluted and destroyed by dumb humans on the original Earth. But they basically wake up from cryo or stasis or whatever in orbit of the planet, and the ship's on fire and half the crap doesn't work. And it's like, what's going on? And everybody has to emergency bail, and they got separated coming down. It was really good. It started off great, and it had a lot of gritty kind of, who's the saboteur kind of stuff. It was really neat. I liked it. But it did not work out that way in the grand scheme of things. In the long run of the show, everybody got along, and it was about the weird aliens that were psychic, which was kind of dumb. I like the show. I'd still watch it, but yeah. Let's see. If you haven't watched The 100, it shows up on Netflix quite a bit. It's been on Hulu before. The 100 is great sci-fi, and it was very, very much underrated. And the basic premise...
Well, until they...
What?
I know a lot of people who are really mad about what happened in...
Oh, in the most recent season?
Yeah.
Yeah, the most recent season, I have heard it takes a side turn, but the first and second season are at least very, very good. I think the third is where it went weird. The first season is worth watching by itself, really, because, the first and second are, because of the basic premise is that humanity was desperate because the planet was basically, there was nuclear war, I think that was about to happen or something like that. And, in the last ditch attempt to save America, or at least some parts of humanity and some parts of America, they shot a whole bunch of people up into space, into this space station that orbited the planet. And they had, botanical gardens and fixed amounts of resources. So when the space station was up there for, 50 or 100 years, orbiting Earth, they had a very limited amount of oxygen, a limited amount of food to go around. There was food rationing. You had basically a food budget that was assigned to every citizen. And you would have some people that were lower caste members in the less than savory parts of the ship that would have unsanctioned children. So you would have kids that would grow up in parts of the ship that didn't have good oxygen levels to them and stuff like that. They didn't have adequate amounts of oxygen coming into those parts of the ship. Because the law would banish people that were illegitimate kids, unlicensed children, to that part of the ship, or families that had broken the law or whatnot. If you were caught breaking the law to a severe enough of a penalty, they spaced you. It was a pretty gritty show. It was very, very cool. And they basically got to a point where suddenly they realized parts of the space station were falling apart, and they had to see if planet Earth was working again, so to speak. So they got 100 healthy kids, most of which were delinquents or unlicensed children of some kind, and put them in a pod and shot them down to Earth and waited for them to radio back home to tell them it was all okay. It's a very weird show.
It's like, that doesn't sound nearly utilitarian enough. Sending all of that kind of water out into space. You can't just space someone. They're made of stuff.
Well, that is true. And if I was doing it, that's how I would actually do things. But it was, I think it was an issue where they had not had a chance to develop the technology to extract those stuff from a person if they were going to execute them. Does that make sense?
Dehydrate meat easy enough?
Anyway,
Anyway.
Librarians is kind of a campy Indiana Jones. I like the Librarian series. I think it's really good. Warehouse 13 was great. Sci-fi series Eureka. I thought that was really good, the first and second season. I think the third was pretty good. But towards the end of the third, you start seeing situations where you can tell they're running out of plots or they're running out of ideas or something. And it starts getting really self-contradicting. It got bad at points where they were basically breaking some of their own rules with the show. Yeah, it was weird, but I did like how it started. I think I'm going to leave that. Okay, and then we can do some runs out here. So I guess the next bit is going to be figuring out where we want some like if we wanted to, we could put a building starting here, here, and here. And you could have a big structure, walkway going around it. You know. That could be a building of some kind if we wanted to. We're going to have to add a lot more docks, and we're going to have to put some more on the cliff over there. Speaking of, I have the hole in the world that you guys were talking about.
Oh.
Boop. This part right here, it doesn't want to render sometimes. You'll get into that area and stuff gets wonky. What is it? F3 plus what?
A.
Yay, there we go. Reloading all chunks. Ta-da! Yeah, I think this is a darn good start. I think we've made progress this evening. I'm seeing lots of piers underwater. What are you doing?
Building. Those parts are just underwater because I'm still a squid and I can't go up above water.
First and second series, Baker's been hanging with the Brits a bit too much. Yes. I only do that sometimes, though. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Cuts? You said above the water, what?
It's only underwater at the moment because I'm still a squid, so I can't do the bits on top.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna... I've got some of this wood, so I will just gonna poke some of these things out above the water. And I'm out of that kind of wood. Okay. You're doomed. Fend for yourself. We have a nice looking lighthouse over here. This is cool. Brief reminder, Greater Sea.
Yep.
We are supposed to have a walkway around the top of this.
Yeah, I have a doorway up further up that I'll be building a walkway out of.
A doorway? Where's the doorway? Oh, that doorway. Right. Okay. Yeah. So, oh, that's plenty high. Yeah. So from here, straight shot over to that tree. And we will basically do a kind of a walkway thing. I will probably try and make it as Indiana Jones feeling as possible and make it 1 block wide.
Yeah.
With some railings, but I mean, still 1 block wide. We're going to put a support tower probably here-ish for it, halfway. And I want to make it nice and tall so that ships could, you know, sail under it if they needed to. But yeah, that'll work out good. Okay, awesome. Turn that off. Okay. We are making progress.
Oh.
Also, it's almost 2 hours. The rare and elusive shoot made. What? Beans aren't his thing unless it's Tex-Mex. You are wrong. I actually like, well, actually depends. I like baked beans. I absolutely love baked beans. I like, you know, refried beans and black beans. Black-eyed peas? I guess those are peas, not beans? Question mark? Huh? It kind of depends.
They're a legume or something.
Yeah, it's all legumes, whatever.
I just usually have them for New Year's. That's about all I know.
Yeah, exactly. My mother does that He tries to jam them down my throat. I usually try to avoid it. Mostly out of protest and stubbornness. Coming up on the 2 hour mark, I'll rebroadcast this stream of the Game Sync Line Center on Wednesday. Thank you very much. Night Pirate, you can chisel and bits one? What? Hope they had rope bridges. Oh gosh, chisel and bits a rope bridge? Ooh. Okay, Ferg, you're hired. Because I'm not doing it.
Nope.
Nope.
Kali Ma moment from Temple of Doom. Exactly, yeah. See, we're going to make the whole thing where it will hinge down against the side of the lighthouse. And if you're not holding on to something, you'll fall to your doom. No, we're not doing that.
Today.
If you want to do it, I'm not going to stop you. Did not know that. You never eat beans otherwise. You haven't ever said anything. Yeah, I like baked beans. I like the baked beans with the bacon and stuff in them, and the brown sugar baked beans and stuff like that. I like baked beans. They're awesome. Yeah. Red beans and rice. I love red beans and rice too.
I love red beans and rice.
Yeah, me and wife do that.
Yep.
That is technically red beans and rice with sausage. Just red beans and rice is a complete protein, but yeah. We do that. I'll eat jambalaya, all sorts of stuff like that. Pork and beans. I'm actually not big on pork. I like bacon and I like ham, but if you're talking about pork, like pork chops, not a big fan. That is mostly a texture thing. I don't have the teeth to chew it anymore, and I wasn't raised on it, so it tastes weird to me.
I can't eat any of it anyway.
Yeah. I guess it would be hard to chew on stuff with that squid beak. It's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. All right, Atomic Blom. Last couple of minutes. Great timing. I like refried beans. Refried beans I like to call food glue because it's used in a lot of Tex-Mex cuisine, especially fast food, to either act as filler or to seal things closed. It's kind of funny that way. So yeah. Yeah, typical. Yeah, well, you are clinging on for dear life on the bottom side of the planet. That's not our fault, man. I'm sorry. But we did get... I don't know when the last time Atomic actually showed up. It was a stream, everyone. Be honest. Well, we placed a whole bunch of posts and dug holes. Not exactly scintillating work.
Sure.
And stared at color pods for an hour.
Yes. Yes, we were comparing wood colors for at least a good 45 minutes.
I watched concrete dry for an hour.
Yep. But we actually have a nice lighthouse here now, and we have the beginnings of a shantytown village for some pirates. We're going to start doing pirate ships and making some buildings and all sorts of great stuff. We have an aqua spider that is currently working on the underwater docks area. Or a spider squid, I guess, technically. Spider squid. So yeah. 2 hours of
TV. Just stare at creosote for a while.
Yep. So yeah, let's see. We have had some pretty good progress on things. We've got a bit of a palette started on how we want things to look for the buildings. Once we start
getting a lighthouse.
Yeah, and we have a lighthouse. Once we get the actual building styles set in concrete more, or we get some buildings out, then people can use those as examples, and we're going to invite more people on this server to come test. I am working on a builders-only creative building pack, because I have a project in mind. A big project that I'm literally going to tie up a whole server with. Yes, that big of a server.
Earthbound 2.0.
I think this might be worse. I'm not sure. Might be worse. We'll see. But I've got some plans that I'm working on, and I'm gonna start talking with some of the team here and seeing if they want to have fun with it and participate. For right now, though, I have this temporary pack called Constructify. I don't know what else to call it. That is all. It's not gonna have any world gen. World gen is gonna be turned off, unless it's like biomes. Everything else is gonna be turned off. It's not gonna be for survival. The only point of this pack is gonna be creative building. So if you're looking for balance and custom recipes and stuff like that, wrong pack. It's gonna be real straightforward and real simple. So yeah. Thank you very much, everybody. Have a good evening. We will be back tomorrow night for Warframe. I have no idea what we're doing, but it will be dangerous and somebody will die, guaranteed.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. So, okay. I'm going to pick on Aridani this evening. Any words of wisdom for our parting guests, Mr. Aridani?
I have no words of wisdom today. I have a lot of wisdom.
Okay. I will pass on some life advice that my father gave me. Always keep your head above your ass. Anyway.
Good advice.
Bye, folks.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.